Cake, the leader in quality news. Covering Kansas at 5. This is Cake News.
Hundreds of Wichitans spend hours in line to get tickets to see a galaxy far, far away. Good evening, you know what we're talking about. But would you wait in line for more than a day to be the first person just to see a movie?
Well, many people in Wichita did just that today to catch the first glimpse of the Star Wars prequel. Tickets to the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, went on sale this afternoon. In just a few hours, the Warren Theater has sold 2,500 tickets. And there are several shows that are already sold out. And we're told a lot of people still in line out there. Ken Peterson spent the day with people in that long, long line to find out why there is such a rage over this movie. And I understand the lines are still going there right now, right, Ken?
Larry, actually, right now, the lines have gone down dramatically. You can see it extends just to the edge of the sidewalk here at the Warren Theater. Take a look at that red truck way down there in the distance, about 80 yards away. That's where the line stretched to just a couple of hours ago. But now the line has basically gotten rather short comparatively to earlier today. People packed it in here to be the first to see Star Wars. In all my life, I have never seen so much hype over a movie.
Now, once I was the master.
Okay, their acting needs some work, but they're not too bad with a lightsaber.
If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you could ever imagine.
It seems Star Wars once again has a hold of this country's imagination.
Watch it, you've got one on your tail. Use the force.
It's a movie that has brought the young and old back to the theater. This mom is buying tickets for her daughters.
Well, I'm here so they can be home doing algebra.
Many of the characters will be the same.
Well, I'm a Princess Leia wannabe.
But this Star Wars movie takes us back 30 years. It is actually Episode 1. We'll find out where Darth Vader came from.
I ever see you again?
This is Darth when he was a boy, before he turned to the dark side.
I will come back and free you, Mom.
For die-hard fans like Joshua Bradshaw, who camped out here for more than a day to be the first in line, the new Star Wars will answer many questions.
It's going to set a lot of groundwork. It's really going to kind of complete the story for a lot of us.
But for others, it's just good science fiction where good beats evil.
May the Force be with you.
If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can ever imagine.
Some consider Star Wars fans to be quite fanatical about these movies. And again, if you were not an early bird, the chances are some of the early shows are not even going to be possible. You may not be able to see the show on opening night. Now, starting next Wednesday morning at 12:01 out here at the Warren Theater, it will have 26 shows a day in 5 different theaters. So plenty of time and plenty of chances to see this movie. I'm sure, Larry, it will be around for many months.
I'm sure. Well, you've been out there all afternoon. Have you been in line?
No, I tried to stay out of the line. I don't like big crowds. I'm going to wait maybe a week or two and then come see it.
Oh, you're in the wrong place. All right, Ken, thank you. And remember, you have a chance to win the hottest tickets in town.
In fact, here they are. 2 tickets to the world premiere at 12:01 in the morning next Wednesday. We are giving them away to one of you. Both tickets.
Oh, lucky you out there. And if you'd like a chance to win, then give us a call right now at 946-1331. The 10th caller will win 2 tickets, and we'll be giving away 2 tickets on all our newscasts all the way up through Tuesday at 10 p.m. Once again, 946-1331. We'll take the 10th caller, and we'll give another pair away coming up at 6 o'clock tonight.
In Los Angeles, they've been in line since early April to be the first to see the new Star Wars flick. And in Wichita, well, since 9 o'clock this morning. Wichita's new Warren Theater is among many that will be filled for the first showing of Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, at 12:01 tomorrow morning. The movie industry will be watching as well to see if Star Wars can eclipse Spider-Man's record debut at the box office just 2 weeks ago.
The lines are starting to form outside local movie theaters.
Tonight, those fans who can keep their eyes open long enough are getting to watch a special midnight showing of the latest Star Wars movie, Attack of the Clones. Sky Arnold joins us live from the Warren East Theater, where people still have 2 hours before the show.
Well, Sandy, the lines haven't been as long as some people might have thought, but there's still a lot of people out here. We're at the end of one of 4 lines here at the Warren Theater, and we walked around and spoke with people earlier, and we found some people who will end up waiting 15 hours. That's right, 15 hours, just to be able to say they saw it first.
Adventure. Excitement. A Jedi craves not these things.
All right, so we don't have any 900-year-old Jedi masters around town. These guys at least look the part, right?
I'm dressed as midlife crisis Obi-Wan. Just went out to Lowe's, got a bunch of pieces, and just made them ourselves.
Truth is, the Force just might come in handy, considering how long some of them have been waiting in line.
We've been here since 9 a.m.
We plopped the seats down, and here we are.
There's no Jedi mind trick involved. It's just George Lucas's latest vision from a galaxy far, far away.
It gets you in the right mind first, and then you go see the movie.
So sit back and watch. When it comes to Star Wars, the spectacle is half the fun.
This is definitely where the weird and demented come to play.
What's fear?
So if you're wondering what these folks did all day while they were waiting out here, well, we found some people who brought out laptop computers and were watching movies, not Star Wars, but Spaceballs. We also found other people who were reading books, and some of them even tell us the thing they enjoyed the most was simply talking with other people who are as crazy about this movie as they are. Hope they enjoy it. So reporting live from the Warren Theater, Sky Arnold, KWC H12, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Sky. Sky passed on this update. There are still seats left at the Warren Theater, and at the North Rock, there are about 200 seats left for tonight's midnight showing.
Thank you, Dave. Now for the story of the evening. Star Wars fans, it is the beginning of the end in that final journey to a series that began nearly 30 years ago in a galaxy far, far away.
The first showing of the episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, just a few hours away. KSN's Dana Hurtnicki catching up with some of the diehard fans tonight, already lining up. How long they been there, Dana?
About since 7 a.m., the ones at the very front of the line. I want to point something out to you, Anita. Look there. There's George Lucas interviewing Obi-Wan Kenobi. You never know what you're going to see out here in East Wichita. Now about this, 28 years, that probably makes you feel pretty old. I know it does me, and that was when the first Star Wars movie was released. Tonight at midnight, George Lucas says the last one will be released, and that makes this an event not to be missed for any good die-hard Star Wars fan. You can see they are lined up here all at the Warren East. We thought it might be fun to get us all in the mood to test some of these die-hard fans with some of their favorite Star Wars lines. So we'll start here with you. What's yours?
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
That's a given one, the first one. Okay, how about you?
Do or do not, there is no try.
Oh, who said that?
Yoda in episode 5.
Oh, Yoda, he's a good one. How about you?
I'll go with the classic line, may the Force be with you.
And you are dressed up today as?
A Jedi.
Okay. How about you guys? You guys were the first 2 in line. What do you think?
My favorite was when Leia says that she loves Han Solo, and he looks at her and says, I know. That's hardcore.
Pretty hardcore. How about you? First guy in line.
My favorite is when Yoda says, feed that Jedi hunger.
That is what these guys have been doing out here. You may have noticed a lot of food. We will be back at 6 to tell you how they've been spending the time. Bob, Anita?
You know, Dana, I got to tell you, I'm going to be one of those crazies. I'm not sure if you're still there, but ask one of them to save me a seat, would you? I'll be there tonight at midnight.
Yeah, good luck. An entire generation grew up on Star Wars, and tonight they finally get a little closure on the series.
My lifesaver here. Star Wars Return to the Sith opens at midnight tonight. KSN's Dana Hurtnicki is at the 13th Avenue Warren, and she's not the only one playing the waiting game out there, Dana.
Certainly not. The line out here is growing. Take a look right there. People standing in line, some of them for several hours now for that midnight premiere. It's coming up in about 5.5 hours of Revenge of the Sith. The guys, like I said, they're in the front of the line, have been out here since 7 a.m. And most of these people, like any good Jedi, have been staying busy. One good way to do that, practicing their lightsaber skills. The lightsaber, by the way, essential out here. Everybody has one. Then one fan also watching some Star Wars movies on their laptops. Of course, plenty of food. One fan told me, you got to beat that Jedi hunger. I think that's a quote there from Yoda. Tonight's midnight showing is sold out, but because of a request by George Lucas, if you haven't got tickets yet, it doesn't mean you'll be left out this weekend.
Over the weekend, we deliberately did not sell out any of the auditoriums completely, so people coming will still have a chance to get in.
But of course, that showing tonight is sold out. These fans here just standing in line to get a good seat. And oh, you guys, you know what? I got to take this. You can hear it's Darth Vader calling. I got to go.
One of those things, huh?
All right, thanks a lot. More news tonight at 10.
See you at 10. Good night. Tonight's the big night. Star Wars fans have been waiting for ever since they first glanced into that future galaxy far, far away. KSN's Dana Hurtnicke is live right now at the Warren Theaters. Now, Dana, I'm going to that show tonight. Am I going to be able to find a seat? It looks like a lot of people.
There is a lot of people here, Bob, but I will tell you, I did see the person who was here to save your seat, so I think you're safe. For the rest of those people, some of them have been here since 7 a.m. this morning. That's 15 hours of waiting for this Episode 3 Star Wars movie, and they have to wait a couple more hours. It's not till midnight till it starts showing. Most of those fans, though, have made their ways into the auditorium. The rain outside kind of forced them inside. We have seen some Star Wars fans waving their lightsabers and wearing their costumes coming through the lobby here, proving that this is much more than a movie. A long, long time ago, in a theater not so far away, it began.
Use the Force, Luke.
A force so strong it's causing grown men to stand in line for hours, dressed like...
Basically a Sith Lord type character.
Jedi Brett. Oh, I'm half Obi-Wan Kenobi, and these are standard issue Jedi jeans.
This is madness.
I like Star Wars, but I wouldn't get married in this. That's how I define my fanism, my limits.
But most of these guys weren't even born 28 years ago when Star Wars first came out. An exception, Brett Burgess. He was 4 and says his parents took him to see that first movie, and he's been hooked ever since.
I am your father.
I've got some of the toys, some posters, and just different collectibles. Actually, me and him went to a convention last month.
Now, with Revenge of the Sith, the end is here, and these self-proclaimed die-hard fans will not be missing out. Some got here as early as 7 a.m., equipped with the essentials, a lightsaber for protection, lawn chairs for comfort, and, of course, food.
Gotta stay fed. Feeding that Jedi hunger.
Savoring every minute of what George Lucas says will be the final Star Wars movie. But of course the Force will live on.
Right you are.
Now, if you want to see Star Wars tonight and you haven't got tickets, I'm telling you, you're out of luck. But if you want to see it this weekend, you may be in luck. They have reserved a couple tickets, so if you come this weekend, that you will still be able to see the movie without have already bought some advance tickets. Bob?
I have to admit, I can't wait to be there. What is a standard issue Jedi jeans, though? I never heard of that one before.
You'll have to ask that guy. You would probably know better than me.
Thanks, Dana.
It's a burning question that will be answered in less than 2 hours. What brought a skydiver or
That's Anakin Skywalker.
A Skywalker.
And you're such a
Good old
huge fan of Star Wars. I'm surprised you didn't know that, but
I'm over the dark side now.
That's okay. All right.
I am now into the dark side.
All right. Well,
get me out of the dark side.
Well, I'm going to stop right there. It's movie madness as people are lining up for the midnight release of the final Star Wars film nationwide. Our cameras were out at the Warren East just a short time ago. Cake's Kara Kumari joins us again with the story.
Even though it is pouring outside, fans aren't letting the rain dampen their spirits as they wait to see the final episode in the Star Wars saga.
It started with a few fans lining up at 7 in the morning to get super seats.
So we waited 17 hours for tickets when tickets went on sale a month ago, and we just wanted to be first here.
As morning turned to afternoon, which turned to evening, more fans show up, snaking the line behind the building. Some even coming completely decked out.
Just felt like getting my nerd on.
It's been 3 years since episode 2 came to theaters, and the anticipation has been fueled by a massive marketing campaign, from action figures to commercials.
How long have you been looking forward to seeing episode 3?
Oh, since the credits started rolling on episode 2.
Unfortunately, the battle for a good seat was hampered by spring showers. But these fans aren't going to let a little Kansas thunderstorm rain on their parade. After all, it's better to be soaked than to be sitting in the front row.
I don't want to get bad seats. I don't want to have to sit in the front row and break my neck.
These fans will be the first in Wichita to tell us whether or not it's a good movie, but many of the critics have given it their thumbs up. We're in East Wichita. Kara Kumari, Cake News.
Here it's supposed to be a great movie.
Right. Yes, it is.
I'm just wondering whatever happened to Luke Skywalker.
I don't know. Luke
I know Luke.
And Darth, and you've got all the
And
characters
Darth.
down.
Yeah.
It's safe to say that you won't be camping out at any Star Wars premiere.
I am not a Star Wars fan.
All right.
Or as some people call him, fanatic.
Cut the anticipation with a lightsaber.
In less than 2 hours, the final installment of the Star Wars saga will take over movie theaters in Wichita. Our exclusive Fact Finder 12 scientific survey shows 68% of Kansans are nearly as excited. They don't even plan to see the movie. But true fans just couldn't wait for tomorrow. They started lining up early today outside Wichita theaters for a midnight showing. Live tonight, Eyewitness News reporter Matt Morrow has more on the Star Wars hype.
Well, Cindy, this place is packed. If you go inside the theaters here at the Warren East, you'll barely find a seat. The few people coming in already have tickets, and they're going to have a tough time sitting in either the back or the front. And people began lining up at 7 a.m. this morning. That's about 17 hours before this movie started. They had their lightsabers, their Darth Vader helmets, costumes. If it's anything Star Wars, you name it, you'll find it here. Two of the guys who got here about 2 hours ago, Brandon Forrester and Patrick Steen. Brandon, what is it about Star Wars that kind of draws you here and gets you all up for the movie?
I don't know. There's a lot of dorks in America, like myself, and it's part of American culture. It's a fun story.
Now, this is the 6th and final movie that they're going to make in Star Wars. What is it about this? I mean, does the last movie make you sad at all?
No, all good things have to come to an end. If it kept going on forever, it kind of loses its value, loses its impact.
You guys had friends here who were here all morning long. You're going to go take your seats with them. Before we go, you just do us one thing. Give us your best Chewie impersonation. Again, for Star Wars fans, this is a night they've been waiting for, and they'll finally get to see the movie. Cindy?
I don't even know who that is. Well, Matt, one of the surprises of the movie is it's PG-13. All the others have been PG. Have you seen a lot of kids, and are parents concerned about it?
There are a number of kids here, and it is something that's on parents' minds. I talked to 2 sets. One guy told me he sees this violence with his kids on TV all the time, so it's nothing big and nothing that they're going to make a big deal out of. Another family told me they left their toddler son at home because they didn't want him to see this. They brought their 10-year-old. They're going to take a preview of it and then see how bad it is. But again, it is something that's on their minds, but overall, they're just excited to see it. Cindy?
And also, it starts at midnight, thanks. So does the movie live up to the hype? Well, Matt will stick around to watch the movie. He'll have reaction from fans tomorrow on Eyewitness News this morning.